folks, it's Friday Night Blitz Media Days as we're getting you ready for the 2023 season. In the spotlight, we shined it on the crew from Southwest Roanoke County, the Cave Spring Knights. And joining right now, their first-year head coach, Hunter Shepard. And Coach Shepard, welcome to our Friday Night Blitz Media Days, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I guess I got to ask you, has it sunk in now that you're the head football coach, your first head football coaching job?
Honestly, I haven't had a lot of time to let it sink in. It's been busy the first 2 months, getting everything ready to go for the season, and just trying to get all the background moving pieces kind of where they need to be so we can get started here in a couple weeks. It's coming fast. Any
surprises being a head coach that you probably didn't think or didn't know what would be going on?
It's not as much on the field. It's more background stuff that you got to deal with that I knew was coming. I just didn't know how much it was.
That's interesting stuff. So looking at some of the stuff about you, you played football at William Byrd, so you have a tight connection there. Your dad, Robert, was your rec league coach over at Vinton. You played college ball at Averett, and then you got hurt in college, went back to William Byrd as an assistant there. Then you were the DC, defensive coordinator over at Stanton River since 2019. And your dad coached with you there. And then obviously you're replacing Coach Nick Leftwich, who's over at William Fleming. But I got to ask you, just how special is it, going into the situation? I mean, your dad's been with you all the way, and from what I've heard people told me, that he's really been an impact in your life, especially when it comes to coaching.
He's coached me since I was 5 years old, and that's always been the guy that I've looked up to, and he's always helped me in perfecting what I want to be as a football coach. And then kind of he's turned out to be my best friend at this point, and someone that we spend every day together with football, and it's something I wouldn't change for the world.
It just seems like it's in the bloodline too, because a lot of kids that go into coaching because their dad was a coach or they had someone impactful. So I mean, what were some of the conversations you would have with your dad, or what advice have you gotten from him as far as being a coach?
Biggest thing is probably just take it day by day. If you got to look now as the whole picture as a head coach, but again, it's still making sure each day goes the way it's supposed to, and those days start to stack up and they build onto a season.
I guess the biggest thing is, how tough was it to leave Stanton River? Because, I mean, obviously you had some good success there as a defensive coordinator.
That was hard. I had a lot of kids that I built really good relationships with that are still rising juniors and seniors. They got a couple years left, and it was hard leaving, but I really like the situation I'm in, and we've been progressing very well the past 2 months, and I've kind of learned I love where I'm at.
Now, last year's team lost in the first round of Region 3D playoffs, 6-5 record. So obviously the cupboard isn't bare. I mean, it's got to be pretty good. I mean, Coach Leftwich pretty much left you in a good situation.
Oh, it was a great situation. It's about as good of a situation I can ask for as a first-time head coach. We got a lot of athletes, a lot of older kids, even some kids that are playing well now that we'll have for a couple years after this. There's a lot of talent, and I think we stack up well with a lot of people who we'll see, and I think we'll do pretty decent in terms of rolling that piece.
Now, who are some of the players that we should have our eyes on that we should be looking out for, or anyone that stands out for you?
Got a lot of rising seniors. Got Preston Lonker, Owen Sweeny, Cam Geralds, Braden Gramada. You got quite a few kids that can have massive seasons, and with the process and the progress that they're making the past couple months, I think they will have big seasons.
And then look at your schedule. It's not a ham and egger. It's a pretty strong schedule.
It
I mean,
is.
Non-district, you open up the season at home against Western Albemarle, and then you play a Roanoke County rival at North Cross at home. You play another county rival. You're at Glenver, at Christiansburg for district play. You get Blacksburg at home. You're at William Byrd, going up against your alma mater. I'm sure that'll be an interesting one for you to have. You've battled them before with Stanton River, but this is a different ball game with that. And then you have your Bogle mates in Hidden Valley. Then you go to Patrick Henry, you host Salem, you have a bye, and then you're at Pulaski County to round up the season. Overall, just your thoughts about that schedule, and because you have some unique games in there.
It's definitely a tough schedule, and it'll always be that way. I think the River Ridge is a great district, and they got a lot of tough teams in there. I do think we have, on paper, we have a lot of talent. I think we have as much talent as any of those teams we play. And I think we take it one week at a time, one day at a time, and I think we'll be competing throughout the season, and I think we'll have a pretty good season.
Your thoughts on where the bye week is, because your bye week is, right before the end of the season. I know some coaches like it somewhere in the middle. Some coaches, that's kind of the consensus. But just your thoughts about where it is. I mean, because obviously you didn't have any control over that, but your bye week, where it is.
It has its ups and its downs. Obviously, its downs is you play 9 games before you get a week off. The up is if we are having a pretty good season and we have the opportunity to go to the playoffs, it's right before we kind of roll into the playoffs a little bit, and it kind of gives us a week to rest before we go there. But it is a long 9 weeks of games without break somewhere a little more in the middle.
I got to ask you, I noticed on your arm, you got some tattoo action there. Is there any meaning or anything toward those?
It is all Bible-based. Everything is Bible-based, clock with my time I was born,
different things I've just kind of picked up throughout the years.
Yeah. Do you have any more in your future?
We'll see.
And Coach Shepard, I got to ask you this. You've played on Friday nights, you've coached. But for Hunter Shepard, what does Friday nights in the fall mean to you?
I've played on Friday nights and I've played on Saturday nights in college, and I can tell you there's nothing better than a Friday night high school football game with the light shining. And it never gets any better than that. Even in college, it's always that Friday night's what you look forward to.
So as we get closer to that, there's like in levels now. Practice is coming up, then the games are coming up, scrimmages and all that. By the way, who are you guys scrimmaging this year?
Chatham is the first scrimmage, and then Franklin County is the second.
Yeah, so you got some right out the gate.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Coach, it's been a pleasure to see. I've seen you on
me.
the sidelines, but now you're the head coach.
Yep.
Because that's the title that you have earned and you deserve. Good luck with you the rest of the season.
I appreciate you having me.
Good deal. Of course, we have Hunter Shepard, head coach of the Cave Spring Knights. And the Cave Spring Knights, they open up the season at home on August 25th at Bogle Stadium as they take on Western Albemarle. As we put the wraps on this portion of our Friday Night Blitz Media Days as we get you ready for the 2023 season.
Senior year, how does that feel?
It feels a little weird. I've been playing with Owen since Pee-wee, 5 years old, and just building up the relationships I've had, and it's kind of sad to see that it's all kind of coming to an end, but it's good for a good reason, and hopefully we can continue to go to the next level and continue to play.
What's it kind of like being a part of the squad over the past few seasons? You've seen some highs, you've seen some lows, but you guys have been able to kind of even it out and get this program back on track, and you can look at your squad as the reason on why that is. What's that kind of like?
Yeah, sure, us being through about 3 head coaches has been rough, but you see it in pro level and college level, and I think that with our senior class, that's kind of built us up more and more into how we can play and how we carry ourselves on and off the field.
There's a certain maturity level that I think you have to be able to deal with that, correct?
Yeah, I think that since having to learn to have someone else come in and change, adapt to it, it kind of gives you some more life advice and skills.
And what are some of the things that you learned from your new head coach?
Learn to some things he's bringing in from another school that are good that I haven't seen before. I think that it's really good that he's bringing them in. And I think that having a new defense, some new things that we haven't seen before, I think that's going to help us out a lot this season.
And for you, how important is it for you to kind of learn some of those schemes and, get to the getting, I guess?
Pretty good, knowing that some of the positions and things he's going to put me in are going to help me set up for college and be able to play at a higher level.
One of the things we talked about was the senior leadership on this team. You guys have been together and you stuck some things out. How does the senior leadership, I guess, carry this team through?
I think that since our last coach leaving, everyone kind of felt like they had a connection to him, and with the seniors, we kind of got to show that, hey, that happened, but we have something better coming through, and it's not the end of the world. It's just a new start to something bigger.
What's it been like so far seeing this team be so successful after last season?
It's been pretty good. I know we've gotten a whole lot more notice in the community and things like that going from, I know they're not good, to, oh my gosh, you see that game the other night, and things like that with a few big wins we had last year and just shocking everyone around us.
Is that kind of like what it is this year? You guys want to shock the world?
This year I think we want to go as far as we can and impress more people than we already have and win some bigger games this year.
Well, since it was already pointed out, talk a little bit about that jersey that you're wearing.
Number 70, coming into high school, my dad, or first off, I was number 75, and getting into high school, the jersey wasn't available, so I chose 70, which my dad wore in high school when he went to Wise, which is now Central Wise, and he went to Emory Henry and played football for 4 years, so I figured might as well take the number and continue to let it go.
Is he the one you learned how to play football from?
Yeah, he's the one that he kind of pushed me in that direction when I was younger, and never thought of it being a real big thing, but as I got better and bigger and stronger, it just came more naturally, and I kept with it.
What are some of the things that you learned from him that you've been able to put on the field or off the field?
Well, I think with him and his knowledge from playing from high school to college, just all the things that he can give me, the advice and how he does things and the way I need to do things, it just helps a lot.
What does it mean when you do look down and you say, like, man, this is my dad's number, but I'm leaving my own legacy at the same time? You're blazing your own path. What does that mean?
It feels good, and it just gives me the sense of he helped me get here, and the fact that I can use my jersey number and show that I'm me and he helped me get there, it just feels great.
So talk to me. What's up with the necklace? What is it? I didn't even get a chance to see it. So
It's a gift my grandmother gave me, and it was to remind me that my dad has done the same things as me, and it was kind of to show that I'm his son and I'm her grandson, and just to be who I am.
So kind of utilize those skills that you learned wrestling on the field.
Lifting in the fall and summer just helped me get bigger and stronger. It really helps when I transition into wrestling, which I get my conditioning in, and I'm able to move faster and I'm stronger than most of my opponents, and it really helps win matches.
Cool beans. And my last question is going to be, how exciting is it? Just a few weeks, you're going to be able to put some pads underneath that jersey, and you're going to be able to smack some people around.
It feels great, and I think that we can really have a good season.
Cool beans. David, you got anything?
You can keep looking at him. Usually you guys start against Hidden Valley. I think that matchup got moved to October. Talk about just the rivalry between you two, just how that's kind of developed over the years.
I think when I was younger, just being able to have my dad tell me, oh, here's this game and it's a big rivalry, and I show up and I watch the games, you never really get to know how big of a rivalry it is until you actually get out there and play. And then my freshman year, it was COVID year, didn't have anyone stand, so that was the first time we'd beaten them in 9 years. And then sophomore year, first game of the season, had the whole town out there, and it was just loud and awesome. And then last year we were able to come out game one and whack them, and it just felt amazing to go out there and shout in front of the community.
You think an October matchup might be better for you guys than like right to kick off the season?
I think that would give us time to, as a team, to kind of bond more and learn the things that we're needing to learn that are being brought in, to the point where we can use that and possibly outscore them more than we did last year, and just make an overall better win.
Is your dad a Cave Springer?
Yeah, he's a football coach and he's a head baseball coach. So
That's your dad.
yeah, Ricky Lonker, yeah.
Small world.
Okay, cool. All right, we're good.
I play baseball.
Okay, he's a baseball.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Knew that
I've heard
last
this name before.
Yeah.
I'm just like, where have I heard this name? Okay, anyway, sorry, go ahead.
This Abington game. I was very happy when you guys beat
I
us.
know, but
You have no idea.
Yeah.
That's what they get for giving me a ticket. Anyway, I knew they were gonna lose. Anyway, Owen, talk to me a little bit about.
Yeah.
I mean, senior year first and foremost. I mean, how does it feel to be entering senior year?
it's pretty sad actually, just thinking that I'm going to be graduating soon, leaving home, going bigger places. I'm just not that excited for it, but it's part of life. You just got to move on. So.
And I mean, you guys now have a first-year head coach.
Yeah.
Kind of new regime. How's that been so far? I know you guys talked about. I was there when he was introduced and everything like that. But how's that been going?
He's a really good guy. He's a really likable coach. Yeah, he really knows how to discipline us. He's putting in a different kind of offense, not too much different, but it's going to be pretty easy to learn. Really hope we can get something good out of it this year. And yeah.
And what are some of the things that he's already kind of, trying to teach you guys about how to, carry yourselves or do it?
His motto for this year is "Be a man," as Bam, and he just wants us to be physical, just a physical brand of football. That's who he wants to teach at K-Spring, keep it going for a couple more years, and yeah.
I know he's also, I mean, he was the D coordinator over in San River.
Yep.
I mean, how is he kind of working that out with you guys as well?
He's
I
a-
mean, defensive-minded type.
He's a really big D guy, and he just really pushes defense more than anything. And we spend more than half of practice on defense, just starting to learn the different kind of defense, different plays, different formations, and everything. So.
And I mean, this team is kind of, you know, the fact that this has kind of happened, new head coach, but you guys have been building every single
Yeah.
year to try and kind of bring this thing back. Not that it went away, but just kind of bring it back to where it rightfully
Yeah.
belongs. What has that kind of been like for you, especially as one of the seniors on the squad?
Yeah, having 3 different coaches in a span of 4 years has really been kind of tough, but it's a good way to face adversity, you know, just facing new challenges every day, and I just really hope to build on it.
I mean, you got to be somewhat, you got to hang your hat on last year, I know.
That was a really good year for us, first winning season since maybe 2012. So, you know, just I'd like to build on this year, if anything. Just
How do you kind of utilize that momentum from last season onto this year?
just we have a really good squad, really good group of guys, and I think we can just build on that. Just new defense and everything. Really just shock around the county.
And, you know, talk to me, I mean, you're a baseball guy. How do you kind of utilize some of those skills and to the skill set that
I think
you
my speed is really what sets me apart. You know, being able to steal bases off of really good catchers, really good pitching. Just, you know,
just able to kind of dart around.
of course, yeah.
And I mean, it seems like you guys have like kind of a renewed energy. Is that kind of what it is, kind of going into this?
I think
Kinda
with-
wipe the slate clean from last season, I guess.
I think Coach Leftwich coming in 2 years ago really brought a really different just face of K-Spring, really big energy. And then with Coach Shepard coming in, he's working to build on that energy and just make it even better than it was before.
I know one of the things that he was talking about when he was introduced is like, yeah, you said BAM was one of the things, but the serious tone that I think he was also trying
Yeah.
to leave as well was that, you know, we want something here to last for a long time, to leave a
Yeah.
legacy. Is that kind of what's going on with you and the senior group, I guess?
I think definitely. I think we're going to be one of the better senior groups that has gone through K-Spring. You know, we have a lot of really solid talent.
Please, some
all
of
right.
the seniors that
Just really, it's kind of hard to fill those shoes actually with senior, now graduated QB Landon Altizer and tight end Aiden Babbage, which is now at Division I VMI. I think we will be able to fill those shoes pretty nicely though. 'Cause we have really solid guys, like I said, just really talented and really good group of leaders.
You know, talk to me. I mean, you kind of got you into football. I mean, you're a baseball guy, so I mean, how does football just fall into your lap?
My dad played football throughout high school. He was a really big football guy. I started playing football when I was 5 years old. Just never stopped since, and I've been playing baseball since I was 4. So I mean, I've always been pretty big on both.
And I mean, how do you kind of use? I mean, there's a specific quarterback that I know very well that's that's been able to kind of utilize those skills in such a unique fashion. You look at someone like Patrick, and does that kind of give you this kind of like new array of, I guess, ways of approaching the game when you're out on the field?
I don't really understand that question.
In other words, like such your skill set, you can approach the game differently because you have a baseball background.
Oh yeah. I don't know how to answer that question. To be honest.
It's okay. Well, I guess, you know, just in terms of approaching this season and finally being able to kind of, you know, next few weeks you're gonna be able to put some pads on and start hitting and
Yeah.
stuff like that. How exciting is that?
It's really exciting because it's been so long since November when we lost Bassett in the region quarters, and I'm just excited to get back out there and start hitting again.
Do you feel like there's some unfinished business from last year?
Oh, 100%. I want it bad. I want it a lot bad. Redo that. That was horrible. Say the question again,
Do you
please.
feel like there's some unfinished business?
There's definitely some unfinished business. Definitely. After that bad taste in my mouth from Bassett, I really want to get back out there, win more than just the region or lose.
All right, take your time. You're good.
Struggling.
Yeah.
You might say that one more time.
I mean, do you feel like you have some unfinished business?
I definitely have a lot of unfinished business. After having that bad taste in my mouth after losing to Bassett, I really just want to build on that and really grow as a team and a player.
Awesome sauce. And, you know, my last question is, you know, this brotherhood, I mean, you have a brother right behind me, right?
Yes, sir.
How important are those guys to you personally
They
in
mean-
this journey that you've gone on so far?
Yeah, they mean everything to me. Like, those are my brothers. I've been playing with them since I was 5, 10, and they just been day ones with them. So, I mean, I really just want to win for them, play for them, and just grow with them.
And I know we always say you want to play for a chip, but I mean, are there any other goals, expectations that you have entering the season?
I really want to build on my achievements from last year, getting honorable mention All-State, first team region, and first team district. I really want to get at least second team, hopefully first team, of course, but, you know, just really want to build on that.
Solid. You got anything else for me?
I'm good.
David?
Thank you.